Yes, an axe to grind. It's 2025, and we feel that musicians are being ripped off right now by Spotify, except the AI bands. For some reason, they get a pass. And we're going to go into that right now and talk about the differences between what Spotify tells us to do, as in releasing one song. At the most, you can do 7 days. But all the experts tell us to release once a month. But yet this AI band, the Velvet Sundown, they released 2 albums in 1 month. So how did they get to do that? What kind of pitch did they pitch to Spotify?
Yeah. Goodness knows. Alright, so some background. Spotify is one of the most popular music streaming apps. And they seem like they have kind of an exclusive club. For us, you have to pitch your song. You have to write a blurb about why a certain song should belong on a certain playlist. So it should belong on an editorial playlist, which is a selected playlist. We've been pitching for years. Never been able to make an editorial playlist. Maybe we suck.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe we suck. Or maybe the game is great.
We don't know. That's what we're going into. So this band, Velvet Sundown, they got, what, 750,000 or 1 million listens now on Spotify. Anyway, mid-June, they released their album. Second album, mid-July, I don't know what. Third album, no, that's 3 albums now this summer they've released. We've released 1 song per month, as per all the experts tell us to release 1 song per month or 6 weeks. And Spotify says 1 song per 7 days, which would still mean if you have 10 songs on an album, that's what? That's 10 weeks.
Right.
And they have 2 albums, 3 albums in 3 months. Not even 3 months, 2 months.
So the thing about, just to take it back a little bit, the thing about the Velvet Sundown is that they're an AI band. They're not real human beings. They're not creating music. There's no real singer. There's no songwriter. There's no instruments being played. So Velvet Sundown is basically like a robot machine band, right? So how would they even be able to pitch? How would they be able to upload songs to Spotify? That means that there has to be a human player behind them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So first of all, who is the human player behind them, and how are they able to do all of these things that regular people can't do?
Like what?
Pitch a whole album in a month.
Yeah. So who's lying here?
I want to see the Velvet Sundown's Spotify pitch.
Yes. Can someone provide Velvet Sundowners pitch to Spotify? What did they pitch? You can only pitch 1 song at a time according to Spotify. So how did they do that? And giving them a pass to pitch, what, at least 5 songs in 1 week. And then they all get on playlists. With no social media, no live shows, 0 numbers. Everyone tells us you have to have your numbers up. Rick Barker, you got Musformation,
These music marketing
Andrew Southworth.
guys.
You have to have meta ads, Facebook ads, whatever, Instagram ads, TikToks. Your TikTok, everything's got to be spot on for Spotify to interact with the others, and it all builds. They have no fans, no pre-saves. No Instagram, no TikTok, no nothing.
No hashtag, no YouTube.
No freaking hashtags. No YouTube, 0 YouTube.
No ads.
0 ads. Can someone show us a Velvet Sundown ad? Can we see a Velvet Sundown ad somewhere that would push people to those songs? How did they get on all these playlists all of a sudden? 0 fans, 0 numbers.
Well, it's an inside job. So
Okay, so it's an inside job. Go ahead, what?
So that, which when I say that, I mean that somebody on the back end, somebody on the inside of Spotify pushed this band, right?
I don't know. Is that
How else could they possibly like achieve all these milestones and just release like within like a week of their existence?
yeah? So somebody's lying. That's why I think in a way we're totally being ripped off. Musicians are being completely ripped off by Spotify because we are following the rules that they laid down as bands, and the AI band, Velvet Sundowner, didn't have to follow any of those rules. How and why did that happen? Does anyone have their ad strategy campaign? We could find out the truth. Like,
Yeah, I think that this Velvet Sundown, that it's a fake band. I think that they prove that music marketing is a scam. All the things that these guys tell musicians that they should do, it's a lie.
it's a lie. Is it a lie? Okay, Velvet Sundowner, Velvet Sundown just proved all music marketing to be worthless. Worthless. Hello? We spent all that money, $500 there on ads, $500 there on ads, another $1,000 over here, $1,000 over there. All this pre-saves. What, did they do pre-saves? Did they do a pre-save campaign? To who? To who? To nobody. There was no fans. There was 0 fans, 0 numbers, 0 hashtags. And boom. Now, 1 million streams now. On the whole album, 3 albums. In less than 3 months, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
3 albums, 2 months, 1 million streams.
And the music is good.
It is good. It is good.
It's good. I like it.
agree. It's good.
Like 70s throwback music. But it's completely unoriginal.
But is their marketing strategy traceable? And can someone trace it? Can we see how they did it? They only used Spotify.
Well, that's for them to know, and for artists to waste their money on and pay for. Like, the marketing strategy is not going to be traceable because it is privy to a very select few. The back end of Spotify. You're not supposed to know the marketing strategy.
But we can learn other bands' marketing strategies.
That who?
Well, like, for example, Andrew Southworth's strategy they used.
Okay, but none of those
Somebody
guys
else?
are famous. I don't know. I have a lot of skepticism toward all of these music marketing people because again, if they were successful, then their own bands, like we would know, they wouldn't be doing the music marketing. Their bands would be famous.
Spotify is not really in on it because they don't care. They don't make that much money in streams. Is it possible that somebody who works for Spotify and knows how to? It's an inside job, in other words, like.
But we don't know. We don't know if Spotify makes money from the streams. Like, I think that the notoriety and the attention that this AI band is getting might be more valuable than the money from streams.
Did they use Submit Hub, for example,
Nobody uses Submit Hub.
or Song Tools, or is AI in cahoots with AI? That's the question. Does the AI and algorithms and blah 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 of Spotify know that this is an AI band, and they're like going, oh, this is our family. We're gonna give. It's like nepotism, AI nepotism. It's like Hollywood. Like if your uncle is a producer, and you just show up in Hollywood, yeah, it's my uncle. He's gonna put me in films.
I wonder if there would be any repercussions if we were to cover a Velvet Sundown song, like with that, or do things with the Velvet Sundown name. I mean, I don't know who the Velvet Sundown is property of. So could we cover a Velvet Sundown song?
Oh, you mean to put it on Spotify and try to sell it? You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's getting at is who is behind the Velvet Sundown.
Well, and yes, and the question is, how did they get all those streams? How did they get to release 3 albums in 2 months when we all have to wait a week to do 1 song? That's the big question. How did they get to be able to do that? And why can't we do that? Why can't we all do that? We're not allowed. We are not allowed. We can only pitch 1 song in 7 days,
Right.
according to Spotify rules.
Right.
So how did they circumvent the rules? How did Velvet Sundown circumvent the rules and release 3 albums in 2 months? And get all these playlists with a lot of songs, with multiple songs on playlists.
I don't
Someone
know.
needs to be held accountable and brought to the carpet. Go ahead.
I don't know if we'll ever find the answer to that, but
Somebody knows the answer out there. Somebody out there knows that answer.
yeah, they're not gonna come. Why would they come forward?
Well, therefore, I believe, as a collective, musicians have the right to sue Spotify for false advertising. Again, I'll say, I do believe, as a collective of musicians, we could and should and have a case to sue Spotify for false advertising.
And what is false advertising?
False advertising is you can only release 1 song per 7 days. You can only pitch to Spotify for 1 song in 7 days. They've pitched 3 albums and lots of songs on all different kinds of playlists in under 2 months.
Okay.
So if you had, let's say it's a 10 song, which they have more than 10 songs on 1 album. That 10 songs, to pitch 10 songs would take 7 weeks. To pitch 10 songs would take 7 weeks, minimum. Correct?
Then the music marketing guys tell you to pitch 1 song a month.
They pitch 1, almost like, an album and a half in 2 weeks. Like almost a half an album every 2 weeks? I don't know what it is.
Wait, I just want to add one more thing.
Okay.
So, what's the future for the Velvet Sundown? How do they continue to ride this wave of fame and notoriety? Right? What do you think, Cowboy? What's the future for them? What do they have planned next?
Okay, one way would be to have a casting call. Cast each player.
Each fake robot.
Yeah, and cast a real musician to play that part, sing that part, and I'm sure they can find him.
Like One Direction.
And make the band. Like what?
Like One Direction or whatever. Simon Cowell will
Yeah.
hold an open call for actor musicians.
Yeah, and I'm sure they could cast it, and then they could go on tour, start touring, start making videos. Well, I guess they already have videos, but they're not well videos. Yeah, I guess then they could make money on tours. They'd probably make a lot of money on tours now that they got a lot of people listening. Yeah. Yes.
All right. So they've got a bright future ahead of them. Isn't that weird? They're not even a real band.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good for them. I'm not to put them down. I don't want to put down the process. It's like someone came up with it. They used AI to make the songs. Fine. The songs sound good. They're fine. It's the technique they used for advertising and marketing to Spotify. They didn't have to have, again, no Instagram, no TikTok dancing, no numbers, 0 numbers. No pre-saves, no hashtags, none of that BS that we all have to do day in, day out, post, no everyday posting for months to get the numbers up before they release their first song.
We're Cupid and the Cowboy.
Yeah, it's 2025, we're musicians, and we feel that Spotify, in a way, possibly not, we feel Spotify is ripping off all musicians right now, except the AI bands.